Samantha, good to see you. Welcome to Popternative.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You know, spooky season is around the corner,
Yeah,
and you're in a VHS Halloween segment,
it's
and
true.
it's probably one of the scariest things I've ever seen. And like,
I would agree. Yeah, me too. It was
did it
crazy.
feel? I feel like. Did it feel like you were in an escape room where there were no clues and you couldn't escape? Did it feel like that at times?
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
Like it really did. It was horrifying. Yeah.
Yeah, because you also, it's interesting, right? Because like a lot of horror movies, like actors go in, it's like they don't really think about it being scary. And there's a lot of things done in post, right? But like for you, we were talking about it. You're not like the biggest like big horror movie fan, right? You get scared. We all get scared, but it's like it
Yes.
really was scary for you to do this Coochie Coochie Coo segment, right?
Was horrifying. And like I love horror movies. I love watching them, but I won't lie, I'm that girl that's watching it literally through my fingers like this, like so scared, shaking in my boots. So yes, it was such a fun experience, but it was definitely really scary.
And
Yeah.
how much do you know about it being like obviously the breakdown comes out and then at some point you're gonna maybe find out it's VHS. Like, do you know it's found footage? Like, what do you know about it, even like just like reading or like auditioning for it?
Auditioning for it was really fun because I knew actually I don't think I knew it was going to be a VHS it was going to be part of the VHS franchise, but when I saw it, first of all, the title alone, I was like sold. Coochie
Yeah.
Coochie Coo.
Coochie
Yeah.
Coochie Coo the
Immediately
best.
wanted it. It was funny because we were like, in what? Okay, yeah, 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 totally. And I coached with my amazing acting coach, Shannon Sturgis, and I just remember having so much fun with this audition because when I read the scenes, I was like, how on earth are they going to shoot this? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it was just like it blew my mind. And like the story and the character, it was just like, this is so weird and messed up. I want to be a part of it. Like, this is really cool.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
we're gonna put this interview out a couple of days after it's out, after the third, so we could talk about it a
Okay.
little bit. I feel like when we first meet your characters in the car, right? Like,
Yes.
like I feel like I'm watching this. Like, you're gonna laugh right now. I'm like, this is not gonna be good. Like, I just the vibe. Like, I just like I don't know where it's going. You know what I mean? Because I watched it like without seeing trailers or anything, so I was like
Right.
fresh, right? But
Yeah.
like the way you're talking, there's gonna
Mhm.
be mischief. I knew it wasn't gonna end well.
Oh yeah.
What was that like, getting in that kind of mindset of like something's gonna happen to our characters at
Yeah,
some point?
totally. I think too, I love how you mentioned like the scene in the car because it's funny because that was actually like one of my favorite films or not films, one of my favorite scenes to film.
Yeah.
It's funny because me and Anna were talking and Natalia as well. Um, and Anna really wanted to capture the relationship between
Mhm.
Lacey and Haley. And I thought that was really important, especially since it's such a short segment. Like being able to capture like the friendship and their relationship before all like the crazy stuff happens. And I think like finding that like sisterhood and finding that relationship between the two best friends is what makes all the scary stuff and everything like it make sense in that moment with their relationship. And that part was really fun to like dive in and like dissect that. It was really fun to shoot that. Yeah.
The giant baby
The giant baby. He's the star of
is
the show. Let's keep it real.
terrifying.
Horrifying.
Okay, what was it like okay, the scream, right? At somewhere there's a scream. Take me
Yes.
through that situation. Do you know he's screaming?
I'm not gonna lie. The second, so it was funny because they were trying to like not show us the monsters before so they could get like our like actual reactions, which is
Because you
brilliant.
both looked like terrified. Like, there was some times where it's like, I bet you didn't know what was going on, 100%.
No, no, it was funny because like they were trying to like hide the mommy from us, and we were like, "Don't look, don't look." The diaper man was to me the scariest in the
Mhm.
whole film. I mean he did such a good job too, and just like the gnawing on the wall, I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I just remember like, and when we're filming this too, like it's dark.
Yeah.
in the house. Like it's actually dark. Like there's no lighting, there's no nothing. It's literally just the camera and the light shining. And I just remember the first time seeing him walk across the hallway. Oh, shiver me timbers. Like
Yeah.
I am it was so scary. But yeah, I think like those screams are real. Like I was horrified. It was horrifying.
Uh,
Yeah.
and it's interesting too because, every VHS has like a bunch of different kind of segments, right? They have the
Right.
ones that are pure horror, they have the sci-fi ones, they have the horror comedy ones, right?
Yep.
And like it's fun, it's interesting because I guess there's a little bit of comedy like in the car with the kids and everything before you get
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
house, but like this one's like pure horror. You know what I mean? Even if there's
yeah.
moments where you're trying to lean into the funny, like I was terrified the whole time. Then you have like Casper Kelly's Fun Size, which is like has the horror, like the comedy element as well. But I'm wondering, like, what was it like being part of just kind of like a non-stop 0 to 100 bone-chilling VHS segment? Like, what was that like for you specifically after like talking to everyone about it, so to speak?
Yeah, I think for me as an actor, it was really challenging. I mean, full transparency, I've never done, I mean, obviously, like with The Cure, it was more like a thriller aspect rather than like pure horror. And I think the challenge for me was like having to go from 0 to 100 and like constantly and like having to like find ways to like channel that true like fear and that. I mean, it's hard. I never thought like nothing could have like prepared me for that. Like that is just like but I think like being able to be present in the moment and like also like to like my surroundings. I mean, the set design was incredible. The
Yeah.
house was horrifying. Look, I mean, everything was just so like real and like I think too like Natalia too. Like she's so talented.
Oh,
She's incredible. And I think the cast and crew and everybody and Anna, like everyone just made it so much easier. And I think that was a huge part of it, just like playing off of Natalia's fear as well and playing off of even like the mommy and the diaper man. Like I
oh.
think everything was just, it felt so real in the moment. So I think it was just really fun to like experiment with that too, and like having to be that scared and having to scream and just like we're like literally like running around sweating and like it was really fun.
The only thing I would say that is a little comedic, but from me watching it, it was more like being stressed and like being like, this is ridiculous
Yep.
rather than it be funny. But it was literally like you would always find you both thought you found a way out and like you were not even close. Like that
Not even
was like
close.
the best part
Yes,
about the
not
movie.
even close. Yes, yes, yes. It's always like, oh, never mind. Yep, never
Like
mind.
the door literally like
Yeah,
moves at one point potentially, and then like you find a window and like it's not really like going anywhere and
no,
like
no,
let's
no.
be honest, both of you, as soon as you get into the house, you're toast.
Nope, we're screwed. Yep. We're screwed. Yep.
Um, did you get to see, like, I asked Natalia this yesterday actually, and she said like you didn't get to see it, like, because like that set deck is incredible, but like, did you only see it like with the lights off? Like, did you ever like you didn't get to see it like with the lights on, right, or anything?
Yeah, I mean, I mean, me personally, I don't think I ever saw it with the lights on. Yeah,
Yeah,
no. It
that
was
even
really
makes it more scary.
makes it more scary. I mean, like, I was like, we're in a haunted house. Like, this is horrifying. I was like, this house itself has to actually be haunted. Like, the vibes in here are crazy.
How much of it was like it was a script, right? But like, were there a lot of lines that you just said that maybe you kept it like made it
Oh,
in? Like, was there some like improvised like reaction lines maybe or?
and I think that was honestly one of my favorite parts about this project is Anna gave us so much freedom when it came to like finding the characters and like improv, and we would do a take with obviously like the lines, and then she'd be like, okay, now just kind of like do it how you guys would do it. And I think that's actually what helped, like, I'll speak for myself, but I think me and Natalia find that beautiful friendship was being able to play around and like improving so much and just finding it in the moment. I think that part was so much fun. A lot of improv, and it was really fun to just like kind of like, oh, let's try this and like throwing out some lines, and I think that was really fun to experiment with. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's interesting too, right? Because you work on these projects, you rap, you get terrified by,
Yeah.
Diaper Man, Giant Baby, Mommy, and then you play the waiting game, and people are going to be able to see it on Shudder. And Shudder is like the horror movies fans' playground, right? They have
Right.
such a good curation and everything. I'm wondering, like, what's it like for you being part of like that kind of world of like horror movies at a time where everything is elevated, everything is heightened popularity wise. Like they've always been around, but they're like the biggest movies coming out now. It's crazy. Like, what's that like for you?
I mean, honestly, for me, it's surreal. I'm honestly just so grateful that I got to even be a part of something so big and so cool. It's such a niche like genre of films. And I mean, honestly, like I didn't know much about like the VHS franchise, but after watching it, I'm like, that is just like unlike anything I've ever seen in my life. Like it
Mhm.
was so different and so creative and being able to like, and what I like about the VHS franchises is being able to see these filmmakers and like getting like them being highlighted and seeing their creative take on whatever the theme is. It's a genius idea. I mean,
Yeah.
also the found footage aspect of it is so cool and like it's just I think it's honest. I mean, I'm not even kidding. It was honestly like one of the scariest things I've ever seen. Like, because
Me
it is
too.
just so like grotesque and just like messed up. And I was like, I feel like I need to cleanse my brain after watching what I just watched.
I'm saying this because, and I've talked to you about this before, but it's like I'm a horror movie fan. I'm a horror movie filmmaker. I watch a lot of it. Coochie Coochie Coo is like one of the scariest things I've ever seen. Like and I want people to see this and be like, wow, like it is so scary.
It is just, yes, it is very, very scary and also tragic. Like, I think what's nice about Coochie Coochie Coo too is like, I love how the mommy, in my eyes, the mommy's not the villain. You know, you kind of feel for her. And I kind of like that about her character is that like, there's so many layers to the mommy. And at the end of the day, like, the mommy just wants to nurture Lacey and Kaylee. Like, she's just trying to help them. Like, she's not the bad guy in the situation. But I think like her character and I don't know if you saw the end scene with Elena, who's absolutely talented, brilliant.
Mhm.
Her singing that melody with all the babies,
Yeah, and
like,
then the laugh that just terrifies me, rocks me right to sleep.
oh my God.
I'm
But
telling you,
in
that
that,
whole thing was so scary. Like I was watching, I was
yes,
like, ah.
yes, but in that moment when we were filming that scene, I was like tearing up listening to her sing this melody because like you feel for the mommy. You're like,
Yeah.
oh my God, this is just like
Mhm.
guttural. Like it, but oh my gosh, I just remembered that scene. I will not shut up about that scene because I
Mhm.
think that scene is just amazing and she did such a good job. Brilliant.
I can't wait for people to see VHS Halloween. By the time this interview is out, it's available on Shudder. And then, can't say much at all, but at some point, people need to look out for The Cure,
The Cure. Yes, I'm really
which
excited.
is, we're just going to say, like, that's what's coming next. And we can say
The
that
Cure.
Pop Turner
Yes, yes.
Pictures is part of that film as well, which is so exciting. And yes, we'll look out for that. Samantha, it's so great chatting with you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me. This was fun.
Your Instagram account is just your name if people want to keep updated with everything, or like Sam Cochran, I
Yes,
think.
it's actually Samantha Cochran, but with two A's. So
Awesome.
Samantha.
Well, this has been Pop Turn of youtube.com/Pop Turn for previous episodes. Until next time, it's Samantha and Petey Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.